Eastern time. BTC exactly at 84.82. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC retracing possibly to a 0.786 pullback, and then giving us another pullback up to 9K level, or if like BTC going to give us a straight push to the upside up to like 9K. BTC exactly at 84.82. In today's content, we're going to talk about BTC retracing. Excuse me. So you can see right now we basically like try to push down to this area of support, which is like roughly around like 7,800 to 7,800 to roughly 8K level. So that's the next area of support we're going to be looking for. In terms of Elliott wave perspective, we're going to talk about it also, because we got to count like to go straight up to like you know, even 9K before pushing down to like 78 to 8,100. But we're going to talk about it very shortly. All right. So another thing we're also going to talk about is like we're going to talk about the big descending triangle we need to pay attention to, like this big descending triangle. Most of us been paying attention to the falling wedge, but if you really take a look at it, BTC is also making another, you know, big descending triangle in this falling wedge, right? So it is very crucial to pay attention to the bearish momentum, even though we're looking for a most of us looking for BTC to push to the upside right around you know, and go back up and retest like 11 to 12K, because if we retest like this trend line at some point to the downside, and then you know, break to the downside, we could like face some major sell off, like down to the, you know, low 5K to a mid 5K level. So, and we've been talking about it since like August. BTC has a potential to drop down to a mid 5,500, mid 5K, roughly around like a 55 to 5,700 sometime in December or January. So but let's start off with the lower degree first, right? So when you take a look at the lower degree, we've been calling for BTC. If you've been watching our previous live stream, since like BTC was right around 95 to 93 level, that's when we said like BTC gonna drop down to a mid 8,500, and we did that exactly. And our next target after 8,500 was 83.50, and we hit 83.50 on Binance, but didn't quite hit 83.50 on BYBIT yet. Now we double borrowing at 0.618 on the Fib. On the Fibonacci retracement based on the log scale, we exactly at the 0.618 pullback. So if you want to change your Fib retracement based on log scale, all you have to do is just have to double click on your Fib retracement and scroll down and make sure to check the Fib level based on log scale. If you make it on log scale, we exactly now double bottoming on the Fibonacci retracement based on log scale. You can see it is exactly at 83.90, depending on your level of accuracy, right? 83.90, we double bottom right at it. But why we're not pushing to the upside? You can see we double bottom, pushed to the upside last night and got a massive rejection, right? Just about 8,600. One of the reason I'm looking for BTC to go back and retest 0.786, which is roughly around like a 78.80 to 81.50 in this area. So if like we get a major sell-off and basically break this area of this falling wedge, we could be looking for a nasty, not a nasty, but a you know, a big sell-off down to this area and possible a double bottom. And we've been calling for this move to the downside since like a BTC was 9,500. So it is something like we have to pay special attention. Next thing we're going to move on to, it is like the 3 days chart, and then the MACD. If you take a look at your MACD, you can see BTC basically on the MACD we're about to get a crossover. All right, we're about to get a clean crossover on the MACD. We already got it on the 3 days chart, on the 2 days chart, but the on the 3 days chart we are getting very close to getting this crossover. It is something like we have to pay a special attention. On the 2 days chart, you can see it is extremely bearish, and whenever you see your 2 days chart crossing over on the MACD, we tend to see like a at least a 10 to 13% drop. You can go back and back test it. We can go back and back test it if you pay attention to the tap at the right around 14k in this area of 13.2, we got a big sell-off, and then we got almost like a 30% drop. Okay, 30% drop. But I'm not saying we're gonna get a 30% drop from the current state, but it is something like we need to pay clear attention. Okay, at 9100 we also got another crossover, got like a 20% drop, and another right around 12, also 12, 12k level, we got a 20% drop. So if like we get this crossover from this 2 days chart, it's not gonna look good at all. We can anticipate like BTC dropping, or at least down to like a 15% down. Could give us like a 15% drop down to like a 70 to 100, even though we're looking for a support at 7800 to 8k level. We still got a potential to drop all the way down to like a mid 7k down to a low 7k level. Okay, so we have to pay attention on the bearish side, basically. All right, so let's talk about the bigger picture now. When you take a look at the bigger picture for BTC, especially, you have to take a look at it on a lower degree to see what we're talking about, right? So on the regarding the falling wedge, we basically most of us basically looking for this falling wedge, right? But most of us not paying attention to this move also, right? Because it is a potential descending triangle we could be paying attention to, at least for the short term. A possible either retest this trend line right around like a mid 75, like I just said, up to go back up to 43 before breaking to the downside. So even though we're still looking, okay, BTC to push to the upside in terms of descending triangle, we basically looking very bearish. Okay, we got similar triangle in this area. Most people were looking for symmetrical, and I told you guys it is descending, and we got the breakdown, and now we could get another breakdown. Okay, we could get a nasty sell-off right around this area of 85 to 9k level, and a nasty sell-off down to 5500. And if we're looking for a one-to-one extension of this move from 14k down to this area of 7500, let's say 7500, you could see like one-to-one extension gonna be very low, guys. It is gonna be like almost like 3800. Okay, 3800, and 0.618 gonna be exactly at 5k level. So we just have to be extremely cautious in case like we got a big sell-off to the downside. We know like exactly where to look for BTC to find some support at. Okay, find some support at. Another interesting thing we wanted to take a look at on the bigger picture is like, if you take a look at the entire move, the fib retracement, and we talked about it on the log scale, 5500 gonna be exactly at a 0.618 pullback. Okay, that's a log scale fib retracement. So if you switch it back to non-log scale, like you remove the fib level based on log scale, remove it, okay, you can see we pull back exactly at 0.618. So it is quite interesting to pay attention to the log scale at the same time. But at the same time, you could argue, you could say, okay, even if I don't use the log scale, 0.786 pullback of the regular fib retracement, it is going to be exactly at 0.7 at 5500. So it really doesn't matter. But sometimes it does matter, because you don't always go back retest like 0.618, right? So it doesn't you always don't get that type of move down to 0.618. So it all depends which one you want to use, but you just have to be very consistent and know how to use it, and so you won't be missing out the bigger picture, right? You're not going to miss the big move. So it is something like we need to play. We need to pay clear attention. It could play out, and BTC dropping all the way down to 5500 is very possible. All right, it is very possible for us to see 5500 BTC sometime in December, or even like early January or late January, something like that, right? So let me see if you guys have any question before we move on to the Ethereum. We're gonna make it a very short live stream. Hey, what's up, Charles? Let's get bullish. Falling wedge, bullish. I mean, depend what you call it. Like You can call it falling wedge is bullish. Let's see, depend what you call it, because it is a falling wedge. If you want it to be a falling wedge, okay, it is a falling wedge if you want it to be a falling wedge, right? So you just have to be extremely cautious, because in term of we talked about in term of Elliott wave, that's a three-way move down. I'm still looking for this move to the upside, right? And we said it like since BST was a 9300, right? We said like we're going to be dropping down to what, 8500 to 8600. We did that exactly, but we're still not looking very strong. So we still can see like a further sell-off. Our side is not bullish at all, so getting this drop before pushing to the upside is very probable, but we're getting closer to a reversal. Okay, we're getting very close to a reversal pattern on the lower degree. We're getting closer to a reversal pattern, but on the bigger time frame, we don't have any reversal pattern. Okay, we don't have any reversal pattern on the bigger time frame, like a weekly, 3 days chart, 2 days chart, all of that stuff. So, but as up to now, let's see if this is gonna hold like 8K level. Okay, 8K is very crucial, and we're gonna look for this move. It can be any type of corrective move. Okay, it can be any type of corrective move up to 50% to 0.618 pullback. So how do you like anticipate 50% to 0.618 pullback? You do your swing high to swing low. Let's say the next area of support going to be 8K. Okay, your swing high to swing low going to be 8K, and 50% pullback to 0.618 going to be roughly around like a 92 to 9600. That's going to be the packet you're going to be looking for. All right, that's the packet you're going to be looking for. So if like we drop down to 78 to 9K, so you're going to be looking for this move, and then a possible reversal pattern all the way up in this box. Okay, roughly 72 to 90, 96 in that area, right? So, and we talked about this pattern, like even like I said earlier, BC was this 9500, and we said like we're gonna drop down to 84 to 86 level. But now, even though we dropped down even like to 8350, we got a possibility of dropping down to 8K. Okay, we got a very good chance of dropping down to 8K. Hey, what's up, Spencer? So, hey, Leo. Hey, what's up, Jude? Send the bearish. Yeah, something gonna happen in the next few days. We talked about it in our premium member, guys. We said on the 3 days chart, we just started a new 3 days chart, right? And we knew like this 3 days chart was not reversal. We talked about it on Friday, right? On Friday we said we just gonna have to wait till Sunday, right? Sunday gonna be the 18th for BTC, right? So on the 18th through the 21st, we can get like either a reversal pattern or a nasty dump and they push it upside. But the 3 days, this 3 days kind of started like on the 15th through the 17th. It's just going to be a sideways correction, basically. It's not going to be too volatile, but this one and then the next one going to be very volatile. So between the 18th through the 21st, we just have to be extremely cautious, because the baseline could be we could get the baseline and the reversal pattern to the upside, or we could even drop deep, guys. Like I said, we can drop all the way down to 72 to 7400. Okay, nothing is saying we cannot drop. All right, nothing is saying we cannot drop past 8K. So you just have to be extremely cautious, because I showed you on the 25th, right? On the 25th, I showed you if you go on Binance, right? And I told you BTC, right, made the same pattern it made back in back in October 13th. This big push to the upside. We got the same exact move in this area. Okay, same exact pattern, right? Same exact pattern, right? This push to the upside, we got it. You can see like we never went back up, even like a 382 pullback. Okay, not even 382 pullback. You can see from this area to that area. Okay, we just went back up to like a roughly around 236. Okay, 236. So right now we've been aggressive calling for BTC to pull back to 0.618, but you can see the previous the previous move, we went back up to 236. It was like roughly 6,500. I remember this pump, this 6,500 pump, right? I was very excited about BTC breaking 6,500, but you can see the very next like 10 days we got a, you know, not even 10 days, like 6 days, we got a very big dump, because this is a 3 days chart, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious calling for 9K and 9,700, just because like you know, we want BTC to go for like a 96 or 9,700. Okay, we just have to be extremely cautious. A drop down to all BTC can drop all the way down to a low 7K. Okay, low 7K, and surprise all of us. So it just depends how we're gonna play it. But at the moment it is extremely bearish. Okay, it is extremely bearish. All right, you can call it a falling wedge if you want, but you know, just be extremely cautious. Okay, be extremely cautious. So the 2 days chart, we talked about it. The 3 days chart, we talked about the 2 days chart crossing over. That's extremely bearish. We talked about the 3 days chart. We talked about the basically the lower degree. Right now we getting a slight dump, right? 84.64. We're getting a slight dump, right? So let's talk about the weekly before we call it a day. When you take a look at the weekly, the weekly is very pretty much very engulfing. So I don't see how BTC gonna be giving us a bullish pattern on the weekly and basically neutralize the previous week. Okay, this week in this area, the top of this candle is roughly around like a 9K. So breaking 9K gonna be very challenging. If you just pay attention to the weekly time frame, you see what I'm telling you, like BTC is extremely bearish. So I don't see BTC like breaking this area of 9K this week. We can push back up to like 85, 8800, but this week it's going to be very tough for us to break this entire move and go all the way up to 95, 9600. So a drop to 8K, got a, you know, a 78 to 8K could possibly give us some bullish pattern, which is like roughly around like a 0.786, and 0.786 is very bearish. Okay, 0.786 is very bearish. A bullish reversal pattern could be like a 382 or 236. They extremely bullish, but we broke this area of a 382, which was like a roughly around like a 9K. We broke it. 0.618 is not gonna hold. 50% did not hold. You know, you can see like a 0.618 might not hold at all. Okay, it might not hold at all, right? So, and that's a weekly time frame. So we just have to be extremely cautious. Just because you're seeing like a BTC pulling back to 0.786 doesn't mean it's gonna pull back. Okay, you can see like the push from 9K all the way up to 12K. You can see we drop all the way down again to 9K. It did not stop at 0.618, right? We did not get any reversal point from 0.618, at least on the weekly time frame, right? You can see we drop all the way down on the weekly time frame. We drop all the way down on this blue line, which is like the 0.786. Even the following week we double bottom, so we could make this move again in this area. So nothing is saying BTC cannot drop down to, you know, low 7K. So just to be just not to be very bullish, we have to be extremely cautious, you know, and look for BTC to drop even down below 8K. Okay, down to like a double bottom in this area, right? So right now it is dumping 84.57. So VChain, John Doe, 80.060. Hey John, I don't know what you mean 80.060, right? So we talked about BTC. Let's take a look at the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame, it is giving us a sort of a like I mentioned earlier. Okay, we're getting a descending triangle. It is extremely bearish. So and if like we're gonna be looking for a one-to-one extension to the downside of this move, if you take your extension tool, one-to-one extension, similar move. Okay, it's still gonna take us, you know, the low. The 0.618 going to be roughly around like a 5K, and 120 extension going to be in the mid 3K. So we just have to be extremely cautious in regard to this descending triangle on the both on the lower degree and also on the monthly. Okay, a possible dip to the downside, right? A possible dip to a 5K level. So basically nothing bullish on BTC, guys. That's a takeaway. Nothing is bullish about BTC. So let's move on to Ethereum. When you take a look at Ethereum, on our previous live stream, we said like Ethereum going to be dropping down after this, ascending bullish pattern. We topped out at a 194. We broke this triangle. We broke this trend line basically and tried to retest it, and you can see like it is just making a bear flag in this area. A possible retest of this move gonna be in this area. Okay, we got this three-way move down, a bull flag. We could get another three-way move down, all the way down to like a mid 160 to low 160 level. Okay, so that's the area I'm looking for Ethereum to retest. If you take your Fibonacci retracement, you can see like we exactly at 382, and 382 most of the time you're going to get a strong rejection to the previous Fibonacci before you go into the next Fibonacci. Basically we drop down to 382, this yellow line, and now we drop down to 382, push back up to 236. Now we're looking for this area of 0.618 to 50%. Okay, it's going to be roughly around like 170 down to like a 174 to like a 160 area. Okay, that's a golden packet. That's a packet you want to look for. Okay, 175 to 170. Okay, depending how you draw your Fibonacci. So let's move on to XRP. When you take a look at XRP on the daily chart, we called for XRP to drop down to 25 cents, double bottom. When XRP was 31 cents, right? We said have to be extremely cautious with XRP and not try to long it in this area of 31 cents. And since guys August, September, we said like XRP need to close above 32 cents on the monthly time frame, right? But you can see it's been like over 60 days, guys. XRP cannot close above 32 cents on the monthly time frame. So we have to pay clear attention. XRP is extremely bearish, but we're going to be getting a reversal pattern very soon. Okay, we're going to be getting a reversal pattern very soon. We talked about this flat correction. We're going to get this move down to 50% to 0.618. We did that exactly. So it is time to start being bullish on XRP, right? But let's look for this drop down first to 24 to 25 cents again. Take a look at it. We dropped down to 0.618. Next level we're going to be looking for is like 0.786, which is roughly around like a 24. Okay, so 24 first target hit at 25 cents. Next target we're going to be looking for, it is going to be 24 cents XRP, at least for the short term, right? So let's move on to EOS. EOS is holding very strong. That's a similar pattern we got in our group. I'm still looking for EOS to drop in this box. I'm still looking for EOS to drop in this green box, which is roughly at $3 to which is roughly at $3. Okay, which is another 10%, 8 to 10% drop before giving us another possible push to the upside all the way up to like a $3.5 to $4. But as soon as we hit like a $3 to $2.9, we're gonna update the price for EOS. MACD pretty much very bearish on the daily. We're not getting any sign of reversal yet. You can see the histogram is changing momentum, but it's not good enough on the daily. Let's take a look at the 12 hours. 12 hours, it is giving us a reversal pattern, but still not good enough. Okay, still not good enough. So we could dip down to the negative area, and that's going to be very bad if like we drop down low. It's not going to look good at all for EOS if like we dip down below the positive side of the MACD. So EOS basically look for a retest of $3, right? Let's move on to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, we talked about it, guys. When Bitcoin Cash was making the same pattern as Ethereum, we said like that's where we started to say like we're gonna drop. Okay, we said we got the potential to make this channel and go back up to $300. We did that exactly, but I said like even if we go to the upside, that's what I'm looking for. All right, if you guys remember regarding Bitcoin Cash, you can see we dropped exactly to our target of $260. Next target we're gonna look for $206 was a great support at 382, but if 382 is not strong enough, I'm not going to be bullish on Bitcoin Cash. Okay, at least from 382 you want to see a reversal pattern to 236, which is like 278, but we're not making any move we're not trying to make any move attempting basically to go back up to 278, right? So next target we're going to look for is 247. Okay, 247, which is 50% pullback, which is roughly another like a 6% drop. Okay, 6% drop. So let's pay attention to Bitcoin Cash, at least for the short term, right? Next target 247 to 250. Current price 260, 263. All right. So let's move on to Litecoin. Litecoin, it is dipping right now. We're making a bear flag on the daily time frame. You can see we got a double top on Litecoin. We talked about this double top when Litecoin was giving us this symmetrical or this triangle in this area. We talk about Litecoin pushing up to a possible symmetrical triangle. We said like Litecoin could possibly give us a move all the way up to like a $66 to $68. It did that exactly in this area, right? And next target to look for Litecoin after that, we said like we're going to be looking for this area. Okay, we look for, we got 50% pullback, and 50% pullback is not that even, it's not even that strong. Like this move, we just went back up to 236. So next target to look for Litecoin, it is like roughly around like a $54, which is another like roughly 8 to 10% drop. Okay, from the current price of Litecoin. Okay, roughly around 8%, right? So Litecoin next target possible 54. If like we break 54, we're just gonna have to retest $51 to $52, which is like a 0.786. okay, which is 0.786. But as up to now, Litecoin is not a drop is imminent from Litecoin. At least a double bottom at a 56 to 57, at least a double bottom. But I'm looking for $54 to $55 Litecoin before any reversal pattern, right? So let's move on and talk about ADA BTC. When you take a look at ADA BTC, let's see. ADA BTC. I think I got a setup for ADA BTC. Okay, ADA BTC. Last time we talked about ADA BTC, we called for 650, and we said like ADA BTC could either push to the upside from the current price, or it can dip down to mid 400 sats before going to the upside. You can see like right now we're facing resistance at a 520, 530. We can possibly break it, but even if you don't break it and come back down, we still got another chance to like a push later up to like 650. So let's see if ADA BTC going to be able to break this area of resistance. Okay, RSI is starting to get get overextended, but it doesn't mean much. Sometimes you can still drop while price is still making like some lower highs, and we're gonna get a sort of divergence up to like a 650. But as up to now, I'm still bullish on ADA. Anywhere around like a 400 to 500 sats, I'm bullish on ADA. Okay, at least for the next few weeks. All right, it could possibly hit like even higher than 650 sats, but we're just gonna moderately target 650, and then if like we hit that target, we're gonna see if like we're gonna hit like a 1200 sats in that area. because ADA USD is extremely bullish. If you take a look at ADA USD, if you take a look at ADA USD, we got a chance of retesting roughly like you know, 11 to 12 cents with this correction. But as soon as we hit like this target of 11 to 12 cents, we're gonna update the price, because we could get either another flag before pushing high, or we can just get another corrective move to the downside. But target for ADA, it is basically 11 to 12 cents. That's what we're looking for, at least for the from the current structure of ADA with this corrective move. That's what we're looking for, at least for the short term. Okay, we're gonna take a look at VeChain. Hey, what's up, John? I still think like we're gonna be dropping to a mid 5K to a low 5K, and I've been saying it, John, since BTC was 13K, guys. Most people have been looking for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and I've been saying, like, you know, if you go back and watch any of my previous live streams, especially back in July and August, we've been calling for 5K BTC. Even before BTC dropped like below 10K, we've been calling for 5 to 5.5. So we got a very high probability of retesting 5500 with the $1 trend line. We talked about it in our premium member just a couple hours ago. So let's take a look at VeChain. Somebody want to talk about VeChain? BTC right now, 80. BTC holding strong in this area of resistance. So let's see how VeChain going to be able to break this area. Okay, that was back like in January. So let's see if VeChain going to be able to break this area of resistance. It is very intense. So as up to now, it is very overextended. I wouldn't be buying. I'm not saying it's not going to go all the way up to like a 150, but you know, I think like it is just safer to wait for VeChain to cool down. All your indicators pretty much, you know, very high right now. You can see your daily RSI was basically up to like an 85, 88. That's extremely high. Binance coin is down. Let's see, BTC must be down then. BTC is dumping up. It is dumping 84.29. So BTC like to act very volatile on during my live stream. So for some reason, right, even the pump to $3,000 was live. So but VeChain as up to now versus BTC, it's gonna look good while BTC is dropping 5 to 7%. It's gonna look good, but you know, if BTC is gonna be pulling back up to like a 9K, I would at least get rid of VeChain and let it cool down and look for this double top. Okay, it's at least gonna double top. You know, one thing you can be sure VeChain gonna do is like it's gonna drop. Okay, that's 100% accuracy. At some point we're gonna drop, right? So if you're holding, it's not a financial advice, but if you're holding VeChain since like 37 sats or 35 from this bottom, it is a good time to take some profits. At least, you know, at least 10% profit, depending on your aggressiveness or your bullishness, right? So let's move on to BTC, guys. It is acting crazy. What's up, KFO? We already talked about Bitcoin Cash, right? We're saying like Bitcoin Cash could dip down to 240, 250, 247 to 250. So let's see. 3 hours MACD about crossover. That's not good at all. Like if like we get this, let's take a look at the hourly. Maybe hourly already crossed over. Okay, you can see that the hourly MACD already crossed over for BTC. So that's not good at all, at least for the short term. That's not good at all. Okay, that's not good at all. We got this nasty crossover. So and trading below like 84.50 is pretty much very dangerous right now. Pretty much very dangerous. So pretty much very dangerous. Hey, what's up, Andrew? Link BTC. Okay. Let's take a look at the link. Link is basically a triple tapping. You can see we got a nice channel in this area for link versus BTC. You know, we got this breakout to the upside, nice through a move pullback. So let's see if link gonna push back up to like a 37 to 36 sats. Current price is like 34, so we could get this move to the upside up to like 37 to 36 and see where we're going next. But as up to now, on the bigger time frame, it is basically a triple top. Doesn't matter how you look at it, but it is a strong resistance for link, and then we're gonna have to deal with this resistance at some point, right? But as up to now, okay, if the only thing we need to worry for link is like to break below 28,000, okay? That's the only thing we need to worry, okay? As long as we don't break below 28,000, we could be just fluctuating in this range, in this channel, right? So as up to now, just I would at least like stay focused and watch link to break below 28, and then I'm gonna be looking for lower numbers, okay? So you could be looking for 50% pullback at least, okay? 50% pullback. All right, you could be look, that's 382 pullback, right? In this area of 28,000 sats, it is 382. So if we break 382, we just have to, you know, be patient and buy like a 23,000 sats to 24,000 sats, and you could look for another push to the upside after that, right? But as up to now, we most likely going to be facing some profit taking. Most people are going to be taking profits, and it could send the price lower, right? But it is a beautiful chart, okay? It is a beautiful chart. Nice triple top, and this pattern is very common in crypto. You can go and take a look at it in on BTC, XRP, Bitcoin Cash. All of them got the same pattern at some point in you know, at some point they all got like they all made this pattern, okay? So link is no difference. It is just making a sell-off pattern basically at some point. Let's take a look at Tron. Oops, ICX is pumping. Let's take a look at ICX first of all. ICX, in our premium member, right? We just talked about ICX. We said like a target one for ICX is like roughly around like a 27. Target two, roughly around like a 32 to 3,400 sats, and then target 3 gonna be roughly around like a 5,000 level. So we started talking about ICX like when ICX was roughly around like a 1,600 sats, 1,700 sats. Okay, you can see like it is already 20% move, right? ICX and 88. So even though it gives us a bearish pattern in this area, Stellar is down 1%. So even though it is giving us a bearish pattern in this area, it is still forcing to push through. So a breakout in this area could take us all the way up to like a 25 to 27 sats, 2,500 to 2,700 sats. And we've been talking about this move like guys the last 10 days or at least last 2 weeks. So keep an eye on ICX. I said it multiple times. Keep an eye on ADA. For the next, it's not a financial advice, but keep an eye on these two coins the next few weeks, okay? The next few weeks, especially when BTC is turning bearish, down to 8K, a possible drop down to 72 to mid 7K. ICX is gonna look, it's gonna look good, okay? It's gonna look good. Yeah, Tron, don't be greedy, guys. Don't. I mean, it's not a financial advice. It could do as well. It could do like what a link did. So I'm not telling you to sell, but I'm just telling you a possible drop. Okay. I think VChain is still cheap, guys. Under 100 sats is basically, it is basically like zero. Let's take a look at Tron. Okay, Tron, I think that's the setup we got for Tron. So let's see if Tron can we haven't talked about Tron for so long, but that's the setup we got when Tron was like around 211. We said like we could push back up and make a sort of WXY correction in this area. It is still in play. So let's see if Tron can give us another dip down to like a, you know, basically low 190. Okay, low 190 before pushing back up. Okay, so as up to now the pattern is playing out perfectly, so I don't see anything bearish on Tron as up to now. You can either stay in this level or at least try to retest like a 250. All right, so but that's a pattern we talked about like a few weeks ago. Okay, I mean few days ago, and Tron was like a you know, Tron was right around like below 200 sats, so it is 10% up since like the last time we talked about Tron. And even before that, when Tron was where Tron was, I think Tron was like a 180 to 160 level. We said like pay attention to Tron, right? Pay attention to Tron. 2.25 cents, no more for short Tron. So Tron, you know, still not looking bad. Okay, so as long as we don't break 200 sats, we should be okay for Tron. If like we break 200, we're just gonna have to look for a retracement down to like a 160 to 170 level. Okay, that's the next level of support we could be paying attention for Tron, at least for the short term. So let's go back to BTC. Still holding strong, still holding strong, still holding strong. Okay, so another possible pattern, I'm not sure if we talked about it in our public Telegram group, but one thing we have to pay attention, like we can push back up to roughly around like a 9K, like we just said, and get this move down to a double bottom to low 70 low 7K, 7100 to a 7200. It is nothing but an ABC correction. If you take a look at it, we could make this ABC correction. I talked about it multiple times, and it is nothing but the similar move we could be making. The similar move, this move, we could be making this move, right? So if we get another push to the upside and get a rejection at 9K, we could make a double move in this area up to like a 9100 and then drop down to a low 7100 before looking for this move. So you just have to be extremely cautious. Okay, extremely cautious. We got multiple pattern calling for bearishness. Okay, multiple pattern calling for bearishness. Okay guys, don't forget to hit the like and make sure to subscribe if you want to join our premium member for daily analysis, price setup, target. Make sure to join our premium member. Send me a private message and then I'll send you the link to the Discord channel, right? Sold Bitcoin Cash at 296. Thanks a lot, not thanks a lot, but good job, K4. You're still killing Bitcoin Cash. So we still facing some sell-off, guys. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe, guys, and make sure to join the Telegram group. The link is under the description. All you have to do is just click it. 29 watching. All of you guys should be joining the Telegram group, right? So hopefully I'll see you guys in the Telegram group, and then I'll make sure to say hello. Hey, what's up, John? John, let me take a look at QDM. I know you like QDM. I keep forgetting about QDM. Hopefully you take a look at QDM. QDM is looking very strong, unlike other coins, right? It is still holding right around 382, so that's extremely bullish, right? You can see BC BC, it is actually 50%, right? But let's take a look at it from this area. Okay, still 50%. So you can see BC, like BTC is right around 0.618 and could possibly drop to 0.786. But you can see QDM, it is right around 382, but it's gonna drop. Okay, it's gonna drop. It's gonna give us this move. I'm still looking for a drop down to 190, down to like a 170, either 0.618 or 0.786. Those are the two pattern I'm looking for from QDM. And if you pay attention enough from QDM, when QDM was right around this area, John, we talk about it, a possible drop down to this area of 150, double bottom, push it upside, and that's exactly what we got. Okay, that's exactly what we got. Yeah, that's exactly what we got. So let's see if like we can get QDM down to 170. Okay, that'll be extremely good. I think I'm holding some QDM, but very few QDMs. I don't even take a look at it, right? I bought it like back in 20, I don't know, some years back, right? So yeah, we're holding strong, guys. The only thing I'm worried about BTC, you guys, is like, you know, this 2 days chart. We have to clearly pay attention to it, guys. Whenever we get this crossover, guys, we always at least get a 10% drop. So a 10% drop from the current price of BTC gonna send us down to 7,500, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious. You can see, even if you back test it, you can see all of these bearish pattern give us a 10% drop at least. That's not good at all, guys. And it's going to require like enough volatility, enough volatility and enough momentum to send the price back up. And if you want to be very technical, you could just say, hey, we got a nice touch in this area. I'm not gonna buy BTC until, okay, the 2 days chart drop below. If you're swing trading, you could say, okay, I'm just gonna wait for the 2 days chart at least to get very close to the to this trend line. Okay, pay clear attention to this trend line. It doesn't mean BTC cannot go back up to 9K, but I'm talking about like a long-term hurdle, like try to buy like at 5K, stuff like that. So it could retest this area right around 5K level. Yes, I got a few QDM. I'm gonna load some QDM later on though. I'm gonna load. Hopefully I can get it under $1, maybe 75 cents, something like that, but 50 cents maybe. But I'm not sure if it's gonna drop that low. I'm just speculating. But even though I'm holding some, it's still, you know, it's still gonna be a good buy. I'm not looking to sell them, right? I'm not looking to sell them. So, hey, what's up, Chuck? Hook. Basically, if I'm bullish, right? If I want to be bullish, I would like to see my MACD crossing over below the basically on the negative side. That way, you know, you're buying from the bottom. Okay, if you're buying at this crossover, you know you're buying from the bottom. But if you're buying like on the, I mean, this crossover, they bullish, right? They're extremely bullish, but at least for the short term, for me, okay, for me, it is better to buy at the negative side after this crossover. But this crossover, sometimes they give you a double crossover. Okay, they can drop down, they can crossover, push it upside, push to the upside, drop down, and give you another crossover with a better strength. And it is a good buy to most of the time. Okay, not all the time, but most of the time, whenever you get your double crossover, you know, you can at least like expect some high volatility and very profitable trades. Okay, very profitable trade. So let's back test it. Even if you back test it, you can see sometimes you can get these crossovers. Okay, you can get these crossovers, but the price is not going anywhere. It is just like a you're still making some lower highs with this crossover. You know, basically crossover price pushed to the upside, but we did not break 20K, right? Drop to the downside, make another move. It is just corrective, okay? It is just corrective. You can see it. You can see it is just corrective. Price is making the same move, but with some lower highs, right? So just because we're making a crossover doesn't mean we're going to 20K. We're just saying, okay, price gonna change direction from a bearish momentum to a bullish momentum. That's all it is. But it is not a good indicator to say, hey, it is time to go to the moon, right? It's not time, guys. It's not time to go to the moon. And I keep saying it. We have to be extremely cautious regarding the Bitcoin halving. All right. If you take a look at the Litecoin, we talk about it in our Telegram group. Some guys are still looking for Bitcoin to hit like a 50K after the halving. But if you take the whales, all right, I don't think the whales they think like in terms of 2 months, 3 months, because they full of BTC, right? So if I get like a 10,000 BTC, why do I need to rush? For me, why do I need to rush? I don't need to rush, okay? I got enough BTC to even like go to sleep for 10 years, right? So they plan their stuff like basically in a year or 2 years, all right? So they're having already the price of the halving, all right? Not the price, but it has been front run basically. So you can see like from 3K to 14K, we already pushed to the upside just because of the halving. That's what I'm thinking, okay? This move is based on the halving, okay? BTC pushed to the upside 12 months before the halving, not like 6 months, not like after the halving. So right around the halving, we could be right around like a 5K to 4K and could drop 50% after that, after the halving, just like BTC did like at 10K level, when back started. We dumped down like down to 7,200. So dumped like almost almost like 30% drop. So after the halving, we could dump down like a 30 to 40% or even higher. But just to be cautious, pay attention to the chart and not to be overly bullish on the halving, okay? Not to be overly bullish. I'm very cautious, very cautious. All right, thanks a lot. Be careful, guys. Charles, you remember when BTC was 5K in this era? I remember you well back in April. I was saying like BTC is extremely bullish. BTC is 99% bullish, but you were saying like we're going to 2K, and I was keep telling you we're going to 10K, and you were calling for 2K. So be cautious, okay? Be cautious, right? Be extremely cautious. No one is saying like BTC gonna go to 0 or something like that, but you know, you got people like saying BTC is never gonna drop below 10K, and I was telling you guys, we got a we got a head and shoulder, and they said, oh, head and shoulder most likely gonna fail, right? So you can see we dipped down to 7,200, and we're saying like we got a possibility to drop down to 5,500, and they're gonna say, oops, we're not gonna drop down to 5,500. And once we drop down to 5,500, we're gonna be looking for 3K, of course, right? And so on and so on. But people are still gonna say, hey, you're not gonna drop below these levels, right? You're not gonna drop below these levels. So BTC going up before down. We already talked about it. We got a chance to go back up to where? To 8K, 9K. We got a chance to go back up to 9K. Make this move all the way up to 9K, get this correction before dropping. We got that chance. Or we can drop all the way down to 8K to 7,800. If like we got a strong support in that level, we could look for a possible retracement up to like a 50% to 0.618. So basically, it is up to you. It's not a financial advice. It is up to you to decide what you want to do. Either you're gonna buy from this area, either we can buy from this area of 8,400 and say, hey, okay, we can still push for another 600 points. I'm just gonna buy in this area and dollar cost average down to 8K, right? And then look for the push to like 9K or 9,600, depending at what fib level we're gonna get stopped at, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious. But for at least for the short term, I'm looking for a dip. Okay, I'm looking for a dip down to 8K. Look at you, Charles. You bought at 3,900, but you kept saying like a BC gonna drop. Look at you. So let's be extremely cautious. So hopefully that answer your question, John, regarding the MACD. All right, regarding the MACD. Yeah, guys, we're not looking good, man. We just not looking good. Like, you take a look at the bigger time frame, the monthly, weekly, 21 days chart. I mean, nothing is bullish, man. Nothing is bullish regarding BTC. We're only bullish like on the lower degree with a possible 600 points, right? But after the 600 points, what you gonna do, right? You say you got a falling wedge. BTC gonna be pushing to the upside to where? To 9K, and what? After it pushed, after we got to push to 9K, what's next? Okay, what's next? All people always says like, what's next? But we already forecasting Bitcoin to drop to 5K. So whatever you got in this area is just temporary. Okay, just temporary. The big move is like at a 5K level. Okay, that's a big move we're looking for. And we said it even when BTC give us this big move to the upside. We say like, guys, that's the biggest fake out of all time. Okay, that's the biggest fake out of all time. Hey, what's up, Nepa? Patriots. Yeah, price gonna dip, man. It's gonna dip. It is just a matter of time. We can get the push to 9K from the current price, 8,400 to 9K. But after that, we still got another dip all the way down. Okay, and we talk about it on a high degree. We got a descending triangle. So most of us, basically, I'm just repeating myself right now, but most of us basically paying attention to the falling wedge on the bigger degree, on the bigger picture, right? This falling wedge. That's what we all paying attention to. Saying, oops, we got a falling wedge. But how about this? And how about this, right? That's a descending triangle, and which is more powerful, right? Okay, if I'm looking for 5K, that's more powerful. That's more powerful, right? If I'm looking for BTC to go back up to 20K, if I'm a moon boy, I'm gonna be like, okay, we're gonna get this move and then we're gonna push to the upside, right? That's very probable also, but we got a higher probability of BTC breaking this red line and going all the way up down to some crazy numbers down here, right? Some crazy numbers down here. So let's pay attention to the bigger triangle and look for some cheaper BTC, and hopefully the bull run gonna start right around 2021 to 2022, and we could tap out at 2024 or so. Yeah, the pressure is to the downside. The bigger picture, guys, it's not lying, right? The bigger picture is telling you the truth. The lower degree is just fooling you. Okay, it's just fooling you. It's just fooling you. All right, 21 days Heikin-Ashi, similar move. Red candles. Man, guys, come on. Yeah, red candles. We haven't seen like a big capitulation, like a 50% drop so far on a 21 days candle, just like this, right? We haven't seen a capitulation yet. Okay, we haven't seen a capitulation move on a 21 days candle. So it's not easy to be bullish until you see a green candle on the 21 days. I would be bullish if I see like a green candle on the Heikin-Ashi on the 21 days. I'm gonna be starting to change my mind and be on the bullish side. But as up to now, that's what you got, guys. That's what you got. Just like this, back in 2018, they keep telling you guys 6K is the bottom, and we're going to 50K. You can see, guys, we still like below 10K after 2 years, guys. After 2 years, so just be cautious and take a look at the long-term perspective. Let's take a look at the long-term perspective. All of us, it's not a financial advice, but if you forecast like forecasting your target to be somewhere in like 2 years to 3 years, you're gonna be, you're gonna have a sort of a peaceful mind, okay, not worry about BTC dropping 300 points or 600 points or even 1,000 points, because the future for BTC is pretty bright. We could hit those crazy numbers, I know, like over 100k. So, and in order to get another 100x, guys, it just has to make sense, guys. In order to get another 100x, just like what we did in this area, BTC has to drop lower, guys. It just has to drop lower in order for us to get another 100x. But another 100x from 9k, 10k, it is going to be like $1 million BTC, guys. Come on. I'm not saying it's not going to go to 1 million, but not in like the next 2 to 3 years, guys. So we just have to be realistic, right? Just have to be realistic. So yeah, study the Heikin-Ashi, man. It's very powerful, and I keep telling people, guys, the Heikin-Ashi, your 21 days chart, it is extremely, and your Trello low, that's all you need. Okay, and I told you guys, we're gonna be dipping now, 42, 42.29, 42.29, 42.30. So hopefully I can see the dip down to 8k. Alright, so very bearish, guys. So let's see if like this area gonna hold at least 83.50 gonna hold, right? Otherwise we still got enough momentum to drop. Okay, we still got enough momentum to drop. A lot of momentum to drop. Plenty of momentum to drop, guys. Plenty. Yep. Yeah, if like we lose this area of 84.50, that's it for this current 6-hour candle. We just have to break this area, and that's it. On the 6-hour time frame, on the Heikin-Ashi, breaking like 84.50 can send us to a low 8k to a high 7,900. Yep. XRP gonna go to the moon, man. That's all I think about XRP. The 21 days, right? If you click on the you can type it, like you can just type 21D, right? And that's it. You can just type it, and then you change your auto fit, right? Most of the time I just add it to my favorite in this area. If you click on the time frame, right, you go scroll all the way down, and you switch it to day, right? Days. And then you typing, it's at the bottom. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but I'm at the bottom in this area. So you just type in, let's say I already got 21 days. Let's say I want to take a look at the 9 days. 9, you just type 9, and then you click add. Okay, and once you add it, it's going to be on your list of time frame, and then you just click the start, right, in this area. If you click the start, it's going to be on your bar in this area on the upper level, where you're gonna see your time frame. Like I add all of them, 5 minutes, 15, and all of them, so I don't have to always type it. So you can see now I added the 9 days. If I just click on 9, my chart gonna be on 9 days, right? It's gonna be on 9 days. And the 9 days, I don't even talk about it much, but it is another signal to tell me like BTC is extremely. You just mentioned it. You just mentioned how to do this, so I just thought about it, but thought about talking about it. Think about talking about it. But you can see the 9 days, we got a Heikin-Ashi, we got a reversal pattern. We needed to sustain a bullish pattern on the 9 days. You can see like we didn't maintain like a smooth tail, and this one is extremely bearish. This 9 days started like where on started when on the 12th. All right, it's gonna end like right around the not right around, but at the the 20th. So the next 9 days candle gonna start like the 21st. Okay, the 21st. So when we say like the 21st is going to be very volatile, it's like for a number of reasons. Okay, number of reasons. And you can see previously when we got this reversal pattern on the 9, the next 9 days kind of very bullish, similar to this one, right? You can see the very next 9 days is pretty much red after we start, we started this downtrend. Okay, downtrend. So let's not be overly bullish, and I've been calling it after like when BC pushed like to a 10.5. We said like this correction gonna last forever. It could last up to like even 2 months. So it's already almost like 3 weeks of correction, so yeah, XRP gonna go to the moon, man. Do not worry about XRP. So I'm pretty sure Jude got a plenty of XRP. So thanks a lot, John. Thanks a lot. Yeah, we extremely bearish, guys. XRP next target roughly around like 24. If BTC gonna dip down to and XRP, that's a 9 days, that's a 9 days candle, right? You can see on the 9, I don't talk about the 9, I only talk about like the 21 because I don't want to confuse you guys. But when I'm doing my own analysis, most of the time I talk about the 9. So I mean, I look at the 9, but you can see like a reversal pattern on the 9. You can see this 9 days candle started like on the 12. You can see like we dipping down. Okay, dipping down. Okay, but XRP on the bigger picture, like the monthly, all right, guys, the monthly is not looking bad. Okay, if you just holding XRP for the long term, you can see if you talk about falling wedge, this one you can say it is a falling wedge, right? Or you can say it is a descending triangle, right? You can see it all depends how it all depends how you look at it. Okay, you can look at it this way or you can look at it that way if you're extremely bullish. But XRP on the bigger picture, on the monthly, we just need to close above 32 cents, guys, and I keep saying it, we cannot go anywhere without closing above 32 cents. All right, and when XRP was 32 cents, I say like, guys, don't long XRP because of sweat. It's not going to take you anywhere, right? It's not going to take you anywhere. So let's see if 24 cents gonna hold now. But on the bigger picture, it is really like irrelevant whether you buy at 26 or 24, because XRP can moon all the way up to like some crazy numbers, guys. So just be mindful, okay? So mindful about XRP. And we haven't retraced anywhere around any sort of fib level. We just retraced back to roughly 236, and you can see a 0.618 pullback going to be like $1.20. Okay, $1.20. So we just have to be very cautious with XRP, and it can give us a 500% move, very short, but you gotta be very patient. If it dips down to 10 cents, I'm okay with it. All right, I'm okay with it. I'm still looking for it. I'm waiting for it too. So 589. Let's see if you're gonna get 589, guys. The CME is dropping 465. Price is 435. That's not good at all. You always want your CME to be way higher than your price, right? So way higher than your price. Beautiful bearish pattern. Hey, thanks a lot for the tip, K4. We're not looking good, guys. Let's just wait for those lower numbers, guys. 5K, 5,500. it's gonna be a nice opportunity to even like set it back to 9K. It all depends on market structure. But if we can dip down to if BTC can give us a nice you know, beautiful red bearish candle down to 5,500, that'll be extremely good. Okay, you don't even need to leverage it. You just buy the dip, right? Buy the dip, and then we just gonna set it back to roughly around like a roughly around like a, you know, 8K to 9K level. It all depends on structure, but we could push back up to like a 8K from like a 5,500 at least, right? Push back up to 8K. So it's going to be a nice nice opportunity. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. It's already been like a over 1 hour of live stream. I was trying to make it short today, but but sometimes when you're trying to make it short, that's when you make it long, right? So Rosie, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, man. XRP, so many of them. You got so many XRP. How could we ever moon? We talked about XRP on let's go back to XRP. It's gonna moon, guys. Don't listen to the trolls, right, about XRP not gonna moon. It's gonna moon, guys. That's a 21 days chart, and I explained to you guys, if you take the entire move, not just like the previous move, but if you take the entire move from XRP, you can see like we double bottom right now at 382. Okay, we double bottoming, and silver made the same move also. Like if you take a look at silver chart, it made a double bottom at a 50% pullback and went all the way back up to like I think like 18, right? And we talked about it a couple months ago. We said like silver gonna drop, and you can see silver is dropping down to below 17, right? XRP is giving us this double bottom at 382, and we could get this move back up, you know, to like a 0.618 pullback, right? If we lose a 382 pullback, we don't have any other chance but to drop down to a 50% pullback, which is roughly around like a 9 cents to 10 cents. Is it gonna be bad? Yes, it's gonna be bad, at least for the short term. But if a market drop, this dip is at least for the short term, it's gonna pull back. So all I'm gonna look for is like look for a better opportunity to basically you know, dollar cost average down to 10 cents, right? But XRP going back up to dollar, it's not going to be a bull run. It's just going to be a pullback. A bull run going to be like a, you know, 50x, 60x, 100x. It's not a financial advice, but if you're looking for this, you know, 50% pullback, 60% pullback, it's not going to be anything it's not going to be anything compared to like the bull run, this type of move, right? Like this, like a, you know, 8,000%, okay, like a, you know, 50,000% gain, stuff like that, right? So just gotta be patient if you want these 50,000% gain, 30,000% gain. It's not a financial advice, but you want price to drop lower in order to get those type of move. Because XRP going for another 50,000% gain, that's gonna be incredibly high, right? You can see like it's gonna be like to even go like up to like a 20,000% gain, it's gonna be like $50 XRP, right? But if like we dip down even down to 5 cents, I don't care, right? You know, even going back up to like a $3.60, gonna be like a 7,000% gain. So that's still a lot. Okay, going up to like a $10 gonna be like a 20,000. So it makes a lot of sense to like to wish XRP can dip down cheaper to 10 cents or even below 10 cents, so we can look for those 20,000% gain and you know, 50,000% gain. But as up to now, it is still okay. A 300% move is not a big deal. Okay, it's not a big deal. Okay, okay, excuse me, but that's why like we just have to be extremely cautious and careful at the same time, and the way we look at total market cap. Okay, total market cap, it is nothing but, you know, the current price multiplied by what? By total supply. But the current price, it is so active, you're never gonna get a constant current price, and you're never gonna get all the XRP in the world, you know, being sold at the same exact price. So it is just an estimation. Okay, it is just saying, okay, XRP is at $1. It is currently at $1, right? And if you multiply $1 by the, you know, 50 billion, whatever, you know, XRP total supply is, or XRP current circulating supply is, you're gonna get your total market cap. But you're never gonna sell all those XRP at the same price, because some of those people, they're waiting, you know, they're waiting for 589, right? So 589 is, you know, it is an extreme resistance, basically. So basically what I'm trying to tell you, just be careful how you look at total market cap. When BTC was $1 or BTC was like 10 cents, and with a 5 million, you know, 5 million of supply, you're gonna be like, okay, how BTC gonna go to $2,000, or like BTC gonna go to 10,000 or 20,000? You know, it wouldn't make any sense 5-10 years ago, but now it makes sense, right? So you just have to be extremely careful how you look at total supply. Hey, thanks a lot, Jude. XRP can go to some crazy numbers, but it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. We need this dip. I'm okay with it, even down to 5 cents. I'm not saying it's gonna go there, but even if like we get 5 cents XRP, I'm pretty sure all the XRP haters gonna jump in. Okay, they're gonna jump in because they know, okay, back in 2017, okay, we started like roughly around like April, May, XRP was 5 cents, and then you can see we pushed all the way up to like $3.75, okay, which is like another 7,000% gain. They're gonna want to they wanna get this 7,000% gain also. So even though they hate XRP, right? So let's be extremely cautious in regard to how you look at a total market cap. All right. So thanks a lot, man. If you guys don't know who's Jim of All Traders, make sure to check his channel. A very detailed technical analyst regarding Elliott wave. So I watched his channel once a couple of times, and then I started to watch it because we got the same style of trading regarding Elliott wave. Sometimes things I see and I haven't even talked about it yet, he already talked about it. So I'm like, good gosh, this guy is quick. So great, thanks a lot, Jude, for the tip. But XRP gonna moon, guys. It's gonna moon. It's just a matter of time. Accumulate it. Be patient. All these people who bought XRP at a 002 and 005 and so on, they had to wait like from 2015 all the way up to like a 2017, 2 years, guys, right? Most of you guys gonna have to wait 2 years too, or like 4 years. So if you buy XRP at a roughly at this area at the bottom of July 2018, you're probably gonna have to wait all the way up to 2020, right? 2020 to 2021. Okay, you're gonna have to wait. Just gonna have to wait in this area, right? You're just gonna have to wait down in this area. So just be patient, guys. It's not a financial advice, but just gotta be patient. All right, just gotta be patient, man. Yes, we gotta be patient. And I wouldn't listen to people calling for those crazy numbers for BTC in 2020. Like I said earlier, just be cautious. You know, hey, what's up, Nadine? We already talked about Cardano going up to 650 sats, or roughly around like 10 cents sometime in, you know, the next within the next few weeks. So oh, okay, you live in Virginia. Okay, so yeah, man, XRP gonna do it, guys. BTC is still hanging tight. very bearish. Be cautious. Most people are calling for 9K, and I'm telling you guys once again, be cautious, guys. Be cautious. You can see that's the 21 days chart. From like the swing low to swing high, we just pulled back to 382. Next level to pull back, it is going to be roughly around like a 6,500, right? That's the next level, 50% pullback, and 0.618 pullback going to be 5,500. So these two areas we have to pay attention to it. Okay, 66, right, and then 5,500. Okay, so basically anything between like a 63 to 57 gonna be a nice buffer to accumulate BSC for a possible strong reversal. That's the 21 days candle on the Heikin-Ashi, and on the log scale, Fibonacci retracement, 382 pullback, very strong. Price is not going anywhere. Nothing bullish. Okay, nothing bullish, guys. Nothing bullish about BTC. Nothing bullish, guys. So okay, timeline for bull run is 2021 to 2022. That's my timeline too, but I'm even thinking above 2021, 2022, because we could make a nasty sideways correction. After we drop down to this area, we could make a nice 12 months, sideways correction. Okay, 12 month sideways correction. But most people are not thinking that far. Okay, they're just thinking like, a bull flag, they push it upside to 9K, and what's next? Okay, you gotta have like a at least a 12 to 24 month of plan, at least for the short term, to anticipate any big moves, right? But as up to now, I don't see BTC like up to breaking like all-time high anytime soon. Anytime soon, guys. Anytime soon. All right, great, Mr. Andrew. And make sure to hit the like and subscribe and join the Telegram group. We got a lot of XRP fans. I'm an XRP fan, but I don't talk about XRP much, right? Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm pumping XRP, right? But like I said, if XRP goes to like 5 cents, I'm in it. I'm extremely okay with it. Good. I don't expect XRP to go to like $50 in 2020, right? I don't expect XRP to go to $60 in 2021. So the lower I can buy XRP in 2019 through 2020 to 2021, it'll be great for me. Okay, great for me, great for you, great for all of us. But does it mean XRP can go to $1? Yes. Okay, but is it going to be a bull run? No. Right. So hey, what's up, Abdullah? Stella. Hey guys, make sure to hit the like and subscribe, man. Most of you guys pretty new to the content, so make sure to join the Telegram group. And if you want to upgrade to our premium member, make sure to send me a private message after you upgrade to after you basically join the Telegram group, right? So Stella, we talked about when Stella was making this pattern. We said like either Stella, it's gonna give us a big move, right? But we anticipated this move to drop lower before giving us this move all the way up to 950. But it didn't drop. Okay, it didn't drop. It just pushed it upside. Right now, it is very correct. It is correcting. Let's look for a drop down to like a 800 sats, right? And then a possible triple top, just like a link. Okay, just like link. So that's my take for Stella. Yeah, they're gonna do well. So they're all gonna do well, guys. Hey, what's up? What's up, Gurmason? Thanks a lot, man. Enjoy watching, man. Enjoy watching. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe, share. We do some of these live streams sometime. 2 hours live stream every now and then. But if you want to join our premium member, make sure to join our premium member for daily analysis, price setup, price target, and all of that, right? But most of the good stuff, we sometimes we don't have time to talk about it in our public Telegram public live stream. So hey guys, if you've been waiting for BTC like to push to 10K since BTC was 9,700, it must be a long wait for you, all right? And if you join our basically premium member, we basically we basically took advantage of BTC looking bearish at 9,300, and we shorted it at 93 to 9,500 all the way down to 86, and we said like we're gonna get another reversal all the way up to 9,100. We shorted it again to 9,600, but basically I'm not touching BTC right now, even though I'm looking for a bearish pattern down to 8K. We still, okay, listen carefully, we still can make this move, right? We still can make this move. So if like we make this move up to 9K from the current price, I don't see like BTC going up to like a 97 to 98, because we're gonna have to make this move and then another pullback all the way up to like 50%. And the 50% pullback gonna be lower because this move gonna be deep. Okay, if like for any reason the bulls like decide to push the price up to 9K from the current price, if like we get this move to 9K, right, drop all the way down to like a 72 to 74 again, the 50% pullback might just be like 8,400. So we might not even see anywhere around like a 80. Anywhere around like a 95 to 97, we might not see it. Okay, so let me just tell you what I'm trying to tell you. If like we make this corrective move, okay, if we make this corrective move, we just gonna have to look for this move, right? And if like after we get this move down to like a double bottom, down to like a low 7K, we're just gonna look for a 0.618 to 50% pullback, and it's gonna take us in this box of what, a 9K again to 8,800 to 9K again, right? So we just have to be extremely cautious what we wish for. If like we want to drop down to 8K first and go all the way up to 97, or we're just gonna push to 9K and then drop down to like a 7K. So either way you look at it, it is still bearish. It is still bearish. Still bearish. I don't use always Heikin-Ashi. I just use Heikin-Ashi when BTC is tapping out. I love to use the Heikin-Ashi because I haven't missed any top for BTC since like a 14K. Okay, we haven't missed any top. Yes, I missed a couple bottoms. Like this 3K level, I missed it. The only reason I missed it because I was looking for BTC to drop down to 6,900 to 7,100, and then it didn't. That's the only reason we missed it. But in our group, we said like we're gonna get a big move to the upside. So we 14K, we say it's gonna drop down to 10.4 to 10.7. 12K, 13K, we say it's gonna drop down to 9,500. 12K, we call for the 12K top, right? And 10.9 we called it twice. 10.9 we called it twice, and then this dip we also called this one, right? This one right around 86, 8,400. This one we called it. This one we called it. This one we've been playing with it all the way down to 86. Right? So pretty confident we could get a support in this area. Very confident, but not sure. 100% confident now. Okay, we could listen carefully. We could. I'm confident we could get a support right at 78 to 8,100, but right, we can still dip down to 70, low 70 to 100, right? So a support from our previous bear market. Sometimes this support they don't play, guys. So they don't play. The previous bear market we got a support from where? 6K level. It was supposed to be resistance, but you guys can see like we murder it, right? We killed the 6K level. We never stopped. We never like, and I was telling like back in February, May, not back in like April, May, I was saying like BTC is gonna crush the 6K level. it is just basically a standard to say, hey, the 6K level was what? Was a nice accumulation move. So price gonna be, you know, finding very tough to break these 6K level. People just have to say it because it's there, right? You just have to say it, because if you don't say it, people are gonna see it. So you're gonna have to say it. But what I was saying, I was like, the 6K level, it's not gonna hold strong. It's not gonna hold at all. Price gonna crush it. If you go watch all my previous live stream back in April, okay, K4 can tell you, and Charles, I was calling for 10K BTC when BTC was 5K, okay, and was calling for 12 to 11K BTC when BTC was 7K, right? So that's how bullish BTC was, but most people couldn't see it. They only saw it after we hit 14K, and most people wanted to be bullish after BTC hit like 14K, and 14K we're calling for like a, you know, this crazy number 7K and stuff. So let's see. Nothing bullish, guys, nothing bullish, right? Yeah, you're calling for a falling wedge, and if you go back, if you just want to compare 2018, are you gonna call this falling wedge? You can see what happened, right? We still dip down, right? We still dip down. Take a look at it. You can still dip all the way down, right? You can still dip all the way down to like a double bottom at a 70 to 100. So be careful. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Hey guys, make sure to hit the like and subscribe to our channel if you're new to the content. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so, guys, and join the public Telegram group. And if you want to upgrade to our premium member, send me a message and you can join our, you know, Telegram group. Oops, you can see the 12 hours. We've been talking about it. I'm looking for a divergence on the 12 hours. That'll be extremely good. The 6 hours, we already got the divergence, but on the 12 hours we're not yet. Okay, we're not yet. So if like we can get a divergence on the 12 hours, it'll be extremely good, but it means basically has to pull back up to like 87 or 88 and then dip down. That way the R side gonna face go up to the push to the upside and then not drop back down, right? And then we're gonna get this move, and then we're gonna look for that, right? So thanks a lot, K4. Thanks a lot, K4. And and if you haven't watched this live stream, Bitcoin at fair valuation, I uploaded this video like January 27th, okay, 2019, sorry. And you can go back and you can basically go back and watch it and see what I was talking about, like when BTC was 3,500, right? And saying like BTC has bottom at 3,500, guys. So it's called like a Bitcoin at fair valuation. So I'm just gonna send a link in this area. So that's a link to the basically to that live stream. Wasn't a live stream, but an uploaded video. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. It's been almost 2 hours. Hopefully you guys gonna enjoy the volatility, either a push to the upside or for some extra bearish momentum to short BTC higher. If it goes to 9K, definitely most people are gonna short it, guys. And if it drop down to 8K, most people are gonna long it, basically, right? But as up to now, it's untouchable. All right, easy. All right, guys, thank you for watching, man.